before you even approach reporters and find the reporters that are going to cover your company, you need to have your house in order. That means everyone should have a press kit. You'd be surprised, but even a lot of Shark Tank companies, they were on this massive show and they're going to get a lot of media interest afterwards. They didn't even have a press kit. And they didn't even have like a dedicated person dedicated to answering press questions. So you need, on your press kit, you need a bio, a complete, write your story yourself as much as you can. All the information you have about your company facts, company background, your timeline, trivia, like interesting things about your company. And the media loves numbers, as Mr. Wonderful says, numbers, numbers, numbers. Like they want to know like how many, stores carry your Dollop Gourmet, how many, wedding cakes it's been smeared on and on. And then also link to other press coverage you've received, because that shows credibility. That shows like, oh, this is a big up-and-coming company and I need to get on this bandwagon too. And link to your team bios and also have high-resolution images of your products, your logo, your staff, you. And this is, so this goes back to what I said about page view journalism, is that in the day and age of page view journalism, reporters have to do more and more work to drive traffic to their websites because that's what their bread and butter is. But at the same time, newsrooms are cutting staff. So there's fewer people having to do more work, and so basically you need to do all the work for them. Hand them everything they need on a silver platter. So that's why you need to have all of your company, all of your info in an easy to access place so that they could basically just, take what you wrote and massage it around. You'd be surprised, but I've sent out press releases for several companies, and oftentimes the reporter just cut and paste my story and maybe changes around a few words, but then that reposts it as their story. And another thing that's very common is that people would just cut and paste my entire story from Forbes and just put it in their story. And I don't get paid for that, even though I was paid for page views. But that's what is happening because people don't have time, and there's very, very little original reporting. A lot of these websites are just repeating what other websites said, so that's why you get so much fake news, and Lady Gaga has a penis stories just flying around everywhere. Spreading like wildfire. Okay, so, yeah, that reminds me. So like one time, I feel like a lot of people try to use the media as their free infomercial maker. And they expect the reporter to do all the work and write write a fantastic story without providing any of the information or laying any of the groundwork for them. Like one time, this woman with a men's clothing company that made clothing from eucalyptus fibers, from eucalyptus trees. And she was telling me, pitching that I could do a story about, the benefits of eucalyptus fibers, like the environmental benefits, how it's much more efficient and grows faster than other fibers and uses less toxins, and on and on and on, and how it was so much more superior in any ways. I said, okay, can you provide me any research to back that up? It's like, she didn't have any.